Now it's time to break it.
And welcome back to the Split Screeners Podcast. We're doing an episode of Movie Bookie with all our hosts, Zach, Aaron, Nick, hi, and Gavin. How are we doing this finally?
Well, we're getting an early start, so pretty good.
This week we're going over Tenet. This was Zach's pick. But before we hop into that, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell, letting you know when we're dropping bangers and sometimes not bangers.
They're all bangers.
I'll be honest, some of them are.
Yeah.
Speaking of non-bangers, Zach, what was our movie this week?
Wait, is the movie
Oh, we're
not a
talking about
banger or is
Cassie?
Zach not a banger?
Both.
I mean, both. Yeah.
Either, both.
I'm married.
He's married.
That doesn't mean the sex has to stop. It just means the sex with him stops.
Just you wait.
Sorry.
Is that a Jada joke?
Well,
You keep her goddamn name.
mostly, yes.
Alright. We did Tenet, as Nick said earlier, directed by Christopher Nolan, released in 2022, starring John David Washington, Robert Pattinson, Elizabeth Debicki, and Kenneth Branagh. We went over the synopsis when I picked this movie last week, but I'll do it again.
In a world, armed with only one word, Tenet, fighting for the survival of the entire world. A protagonist journeys through a twilight world of international espionage on a mission that will unfold in something beyond real time.
Also, science was hurt in the making of this video. Pretty heavily.
It's very pseudoscience. Mostly pseudo.
Alright, I'll let you guys go for it.
Entirely pseudo. Who's starting us off? You want me to start this off? Because I always bitch about everything. Fuck.
Alright. Now, what did you think?
That was all of Gavin's thoughts. Fuck.
Yep, that's it, honestly.
Zach has gotten almost progressively worse with each of his recommendations.
He started
on
hot.
such a high note.
And everyone has been progressively worse.
Shittier and shittier. There is a right way to do time travel and a wrong way to do time travel. I feel like this was a wrong way to do time travel.
But it was so trippy and cool.
Yeah, the explosions and stuff.
What rating was this? Was this PG-13 or R?
PG-13.
Yeah.
There was
Okay.
no blood, no.
I didn't think so, but ratings.
You know, ratings. Things are rated.
Exactly. They have those. They don't make tons of goddamn sense sometimes. But what I'm trying to say is, it makes little to no sense.
That's why the rating mattered for sure.
You know, this movie sucked, so ratings. Was it rated R or PG? I don't know.
No, the real question, what I was really going to say was that I think they could have done much cooler kills and much cooler with the idea that they had, especially with melee weapons. I wish there was more melee fights. Because I really thought that aspect for the couple that we got.
Well, we got a couple. We just had to watch them twice. Once in normal and once in reverse.
Well, technically once in normal and then once in normal. Because they're always in reverse. Because they're fighting.
You don't
together.
understand what you're saying, though.
Hey, help yourself to a science book.
Just
Gavin.
like Christopher Nolan didn't know what he was saying when he directed this movie.
Look, I think it's a lot of fun. I think there was a lot of lost potential, both with the kills they could have done, the nuke that was the threat at the end of the movie.
Oh, that nuke. Such a threat.
I like the whole idea of the whole invert thing. It was a very cool idea. The premise was there. The story was not.
Yeah, I think once again Christopher Nolan was just up his own asshole, thinking he was, it's just very pretentious. He thinks it's a very mind-boggling film, and it's very predictable. I think we spelled it out within the first 10 minutes.
We got the rules down pretty quick.
Yeah.
We got who they
all
were.
the twists that were gonna happen.
Yeah. The one twist we were hoping for never happened. The twist that Neil and protagonist were the same person, because Neil was his past self, because he gets plastic surgery heavily. to change from a black man to a white
Inception.
The acting in this movie was good. I can.
Yeah,
I will say that.
Two points for this movie. The acting is phenomenal, and the special effects are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what they were going for.
I didn't catch that much
both of those
CGI
things,
stuff for
they
what
knocked
was.
it out of the park. Everything else, though, subpar. Zach? Your thoughts on
I
this?
liked it.
There was bags. It was good.
Good soup.
I'll say there's little to no CGI in this film. Like, the only CGI you see in the movie is probably the cracks in the glass from the bullets, which probably not even that.
No, you're also forgetting the CGI with all the wind effects, especially in the inverted world. All of the dust effects all the explosions were CGI.
So you know how you do that? You film it and then you play it backwards.
Yeah, which is what I said. We watched all those scenes twice, at least.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying,
No, Christopher Nolan went out of his way to make sure there was barely any special effects in this movie.
okay, regardless, the wind
Which
effects.
is why it was believable.
The
The
wind-
wind effects are just a fan.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that the visible wind
Yeah, they
was
had-
not CGI.
Visible wind.
There was multiple points that had visible wind.
With the dust?
No, just on its own fucking shit.
Oh, well, then that's CG.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. God,
It was not
irregardless.
It was not
Doesn't make it
CG
doesn't
free.
mean anything.
That's for sure.
This is now the literary podcast.
Irregardless. Irregardless.
Needed. Irregardless.
I mean, yeah, most of the effects were explosions and
Yeah.
fast forwarding.
And I agree. There wasn't tons of CGI. It was mostly forward and backwards.
So the
bullshit.
practical effects worked well.
Yeah, they worked well. I was just saying that some of the CGI effects, you said there was barely any. The glass, yes, that was CGI. Understand that. I was saying that the fucking wind squalls that they threw in randomly in the very first time they go into the inverted thing, that had no dust with it. There was at least 3 before you even get to the fucking car.
And
Was CGI. That's all I was saying.
yeah. Where the practical
I'm
effects
on your side
really-
here, you bastard.
Where the practical effects really failed was the nuke.
Aaron, that was a nuclear bomb going on.
That nuclear explosion that kicked up maybe 10 feet of dirt.
I
Yeah,
honestly
leaf
don't
blower.
remember them saying that was a nuke.
They mentioned.
It was mentioned several times.
Yeah, they mentioned how there was a nuclear
Why do you
explosion.
think they needed the plutonium?
It wasn't actually plutonium. That was just a code name that they were using for it.
For that
Yeah, I'll go read on
device.
that.
Yeah, but they did have nuclear devices. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Meh. Do we need to watch it again?
Describes my feelings with my reaction.
What?
I said, meh. I was like, that actually accurately describes my feelings.
I mean,
I liked it.
now that we are over 10 movies, I'm afraid this might not make my top 10. It's between this and Lighthouse getting bumped off the
Well,
list.
what's the next? It's 11 through 20 that we're doing the top 10 on. Movies 11 through 20.
So every 10 movies, we'll do a top 10.
Yeah.
And then at the end, we'll do our
They'll
final
do top 10.
The top 10 of our top 10s. Which should be your number 1 from every week.
We'll be like Watch Mojo. Top 10s on the top 10s of the top 10s.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, honestly, I do really like this movie. I like all the actors in it. The acting, like you guys said, was really good.
Yeah.
No.
No complaints there.
I do like the story a lot, though there are plot holes here and there, obviously. There's not really
Yeah, I mean,
many
the whole
movies.
plot was a whole.
There's not many movies that have no plot holes in it. I would like
This
to talk
Christmas
about it.
edition of Star Wars.
Sure, no plot
No,
holes,
no
not
plot
in
holes. They fixed a few
The
plot holes.
existence of that movie is a plot hole.
No.
They fixed plot holes that exist in other movies.
I'll just quickly go over some trivia. So they purchased a real 747 airplane to do the crash in the hangar. Originally, they were going to do miniatures and set piece builds to do that, all semi-practically. But then they realized it'd be a lot cheaper to buy an old plane from a junkyard and like repaint it and set it into the hangar. Somehow.
Miniatures are too expensive, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
It's cheaper to buy a whole ass plane than to make a toy plane crash into a toy
Well,
hangar.
they had to put the budget somewhere.
In addition to performing stunts backwards, the main cast learned how to speak in reverse for the roles. Sir Kenneth Branagh not only learn how to speak backwards, but also had to do it with a Russian accent, as he is Northern Irish in real life. Let's see here. There was a lot of secrecy around filming this movie.
Didn't want those twists to get out.
See here, where was
Twist. What a twist.
For example, Michael Caine only got to read the few pages that his character was in, while Robert Pattinson and John David Washington were allowed to read the entire script, but they had to do it in a locked room
And
inside
backwards.
the studio.
They had to read it like a manga.
Backwards, yeah.
Was a script written backwards too? Did they work from the end and work their way forward?
All right, whose turn is it next for movie bookie?
Me?
Back to Nikolai.
Well, before you tell us that, what would everyone say that they give the ratings for Tenet?
Oh. Yeah, I guess we got.
I'm saying 6 out of 10.
We'll give it a 5. Based
It's
on
a-
acting alone.
Even
Though they didn't make me care about a single character in the movie.
I had fun. I thought the action scenes were fun because it's an action movie, and I have a hard time getting action movies anything over like an 8. Honestly, it's an action movie. There's going to be some issues with it, so I think a 6 is nice. I enjoyed it.
Jack?
You first.
I would give it a 6. I'm with Kevin. John David Washington is phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
I love him in everything I've seen him in. I'm coming around on Robert Pattinson, which I never thought I'd hear myself saying.
He's a good actor. You just need to find the ones that are actually show him acting well.
Have you not seen Twilight?
I did, yeah. I actually have I have
The Steelbook.
a list now
Because
of
that's fine acting.
Robert Pattinson movies, and Twilight would be in my top 5.
Yeah, it should be.
No, it wasn't my favorite movie bookie that we've seen, but it definitely wasn't my least favorite that we've seen. Although I think there are some definite plot issues and other issues outside of that. I'm with Gavin. I like the action. I like the acting quite
I
a
mean,
bit,
it's fun to watch. It's
I didn't
entertaining.
care tons about the characters.
No, they never really.
The only one that I kind of cared about was the protagonist, and I think that's mostly just because he moves the movie forward.
Yeah.
That I liked him.
So there is a fan theory that the little boy you see outside the school is actually the child version of Robert Pattinson's character, and that's why the protagonist actually
Yeah, I can see that.
kind of protects him throughout the movie.
Christopher Nolan's just sad he didn't think of that.
He hasn't denied it.
Well,
or-
now he's like, yeah, that's what I meant to. do."
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
100%
You
on
see,
purpose.
I'm always thinking.
Neil is really a Russian oligarch's son.
Ogliarch.
Yeah. Could be.
Oligarchy.
Oligarchy.
I in the past gave this an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna stick with it.
That's fair.
All right.
Moving forward.
So Nick, what did you pick for your movie?
We're gonna get worse, gentlemen. I
Can't get worse than Cats.
solemnly swear on my life that I will find a movie that Zach hates more than Cats. That is
I
that
can't.
is
that where
my
you're headed?
mission for the rest of this year. This year we are watching a horror movie that I watched a couple weeks ago that was one of the worst things I've ever watched in my entire life, and we're watching *Malignant*.
I do have to say something though. If we're just trying to find a movie that he hates more than Cats, we can watch *Night of the Were-Rooster*. It is by far the worst movie I've watched almost ever. It's not funny. It's a parody movie. It's not funny.
We watched Troll 2.
It has lots of sexual jokes. It's rated R.
It's a good horror
Not a
movie.
single tit is shown. Or dick. Nothing. No
Don't have
butts
to have
either.
that stuff.
Look, if I'm watching a
No
show,
butts either, Zach.
or dicks. only chicken penises.
Yes, *Malignant*.
Malignant? Or what's it about?
Oh god.
We do this every week.
I know, but I didn't think we were gonna be done this.
Malignant is about cells that are bad for you. Oh, the definition or the actual synopsis? What are we doing here?
Synopsis.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Got confused. Fuck you guys, that was fun. And by funny, I mean...
Paralyzed by fear from shocking visions, a woman's torment worsens as she discovers her waking dreams are terrifying realities.
Is this the movie you saw with Tori like last year?
No, we just watched it a couple days ago.
Oh, that's right. And you hated it.
I hated it with a passion.
Is it worse than the Amityville movie you saw? Like last year?
Yeah, I didn't mind that as much.
All right, so that's movie number 13.
Movie number 13.
It's gonna be in your top 3 for a whole week.
Probably.
Doesn't matter how bad it is. Zach's gonna say that it was better than Cats.
Well, yeah, because Stephanie's not going to have an opinion on this one.
I'm sure I could dredge up some stuff that even Stephanie would hate more than Cats.
Zach,
You forget.
I don't mean to talk too much shit on your bookie, bookie choices.
Fine.
The gentleman
Hey,
just
you picked
started
a great one.
Yeah, the gentleman started you off
You
on
just
such a hot
you started
streak.
the bar here, and then you immediately went to ground.
It's how I felt when you guys picked Cats.
See, that's where you're on. That's a fantastic.
See, that's why you go.
Fucking terrible.
That's why you go middling first. I did
We should do
Little
Movie.
Monsters,
This is a good movie.
and then I did
I'm just gonna do whatever's
Velocipaster,
in my
and
list.
then I
Back
did
at me.
Brady Bunch.
I'm down. That looks fantastic. Yeah, that looks amazing, actually. Mac and Me.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen Mac and Me? Holy shit! There's actually a Mystery Science Theater on Mac and Me.
There was.
No, there still is. You can watch it on Netflix.
Well, yeah. I mean, they made it a long time ago.
Yeah, they did.
Is that Jason Statham?
I don't know.
Right there.
Oh, okay. I'm like, that'd be cool.
It's like
Yeah, that
E.T.
is.
You guys are gonna love it.
Oh, I've seen it. That's why I was saying.
Mac and Me is basically just a giant ad for Coca-Cola.
Buckle up, buckaroo.
Buckle up, buckaroo.
All right. Well, next week will be Aaron's turn.
So what are you picking, Aaron? We're gonna do the next 32 weeks right now.
Well, I'm doing some research right now.
But we will be back next week with Malignant.
I really don't like the fact that I have to watch this movie.
What?
Malignant.
What?
I don't want to watch it.
It's so good, though.
It's not.
I'm gonna pick Maleficent. Thank you very much.
Alright, I'll sit through that.
I also hate that movie.
See.
But we will be back, well, multiple times this week. So check out all of our other episodes that are coming out this week. D&D, movies, video games,
Fridays.
sports, top 10. You'll want to stay tuned for that. That's relevant for this week. Have a great week.
It's time
To
split.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Do some stuff.